Radio and beyond, say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Radio and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio, and beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond. What? Beltway Radio,
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio,
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio,
and beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond,
beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio,
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio,
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio,
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio,
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond,
beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond,
beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond,
beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond,
beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
and beyond, beyond.
It's just different.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Life is funny things we do to get money. Hard situations, they be sticky like honey. If it ain't Corona, they trying to clone ya. What happens to the little girl that went missing from her home? Her own daddy keep touching her. Daddy, leave me alone. I ain't got the answers. Trying to get justice for George Floyd. And if Bill Gates got the cure, make sure he got one for cancer. We screaming stop the violence, but who we asking? The killer the same color as the one in the casket. I'm no preacher, spitting hard facts like bleachers. Make America great again. It's only for the rich leeches. Where's Felicia? I guess black reparations went to new prisons and new police substations. For black justice, they be debating. We gotta wake up, but I'm going back to back. I'm on one. Cold cases still hot in the hood, cause the nigga that did it, he still home, son. I'm my own rapper, but got a new balance. Rest in peace to all the young fallen soldiers. Didn't get a chance to show the world their talents. I'm so focused, trying to save the nation. Seeing the road ahead like a full focus. You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've seen.
It's like that.
Live your life,
like
not
this.
mine.
It's like that.
If you know what I mean.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've seen.
Yeah.
Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know.
Life is a bitch and death is a motherfucker. You can't trust a mother, cause people be motherfuckers. They stab you in your back and they smile up in your face. They do whatever it takes to have another place. The population polluted and robbing and shooting. Their mental state be diluted. They owe them all that they booted. Now how you only 17 and you looking 35. It's a wonderful time in this life to be alive. You better get your shit together. Stop wasting your time, cause time waits for no one. No person, place, or no thing. Yeah, it go fast, motherfucker. It go fast.
You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.
You don't know what I seen.
It's like that.
Yo, 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 like Yogi Bear, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your host with the most, man. Focus Field of Focus Radio. And I'm late because I ran into that traffic and I got the coughing and I got the sniffling and my chest was hurting and my throat was hurting, man. This is real shit, man. Like quality air control. And it's coming from Canada. Well, I know when I was real young, when I was real small, I traveled to Detroit, and I think we was like rode all through Detroit, rode through Ohio and all that shit, rode through Detroit, and some type of way we got to Canada. Then when I went to New York, it was on the backside some type of way. I went to Canada, and it seemed like, man, the air was fresh as it could be. But we got to be careful, man. I'm not wearing my mask, which I should be. And it's real talk. They say these are Canadian wildfires that have traveled, all the way throughout the 50 states. And I want to let people know that Puerto Rico and Canada ain't that far away from us. And it's kind of like it's American. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've been doing this thing for so long. And people may say, well, you should know that. You need a passport to go to Canada. I don't know, B, do you need a passport now to go to Canada? Is that
Yes, you need a
so you still need one. I was really a young guy when I went to Canada, and I think we went through, because the security check is real, and it's still real in Canada. And I was young, man. That was years ago, maybe over, 20 years ago I went to Canada. We didn't need one. We rode straight through. It was everybody was there at the border, and it was security, and it was live. It was real live. Make a long story short, man, I don't discuss religion and politics. I just base my opinion. But at the end of the day, we say Canadian wildfire. One of the first places that it led to was California. I know somebody that frequently is in Cali, and that was one of the first places it hit, and now it's here. All I can tell everybody that through my experiences, as far as these last couple of days, like I say, I had to put the mask on today when I was walking outside. But I say when I get to Phocuz Radio, it's a blessing. All of the bad air is gone, and we are in the new air, Phocuz Radio. So you already know what it is, man. Drop your comments, questions, and concerns. Feel free to call in. Call in number 301-761-1040. You already know what it is, man. I am your host, the most. Happy Thursday. I am Phocuz Phil. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We do it, man. We are the hottest podcast. And you can follow me on IG at Phil Phocuz. I'm here right now on Facebook at Phocuz Phil. And that's Phocuz for all my Twitter fingers out there. Phocuz Radio is just that simple. I don't got a lot of time, man. It's 6:11. I'm going to hop right into it. The funeral homes, the funeral home owners, maybe even the funeral homes and everybody that works for them as a staff, maybe they need to be concealed to carry. Because we got so much going on, man, at these funerals these days, right? With these neighborhood beefs, and it can be after the funeral and we're putting that body into the ground where the flesh and the mold is going to become one, and hopefully your spirit lives on. We have had actually a couple of funerals here where we had shooting that has occurred. I'm here to tell you, 10-year-old Ariana was riding in the car and she was shot to death. 2 people shooting from both ways. Bullets don't have any names, man. We got to be careful. And they hit little Ariana, 10 years old, maybe 2 weeks ago. Her funeral was yesterday. Some altercation occurred at the funeral with the funeral director, who was also the owner, by the name of Wilson Wesley Chavis. 48 years old. Some type of confrontation happened with Ronald Stevens Bank, who was 30 years old, and has said to be, that's Wilson right there, ladies and gentlemen. Funeral owner, funeral director, basically does everything. He's heavily involved in the funeral home. This is what I do on Phocuz Radio until I get the facts and the details. But when I got a picture and I got a name and an age and a face and all that, I get that from the real news. So shout out to all the real news. Wish I had time to go back right now and to give everybody a special shout out, but I will eventually. But that guy right there you just seen on the screen, Wilson Wesley Chavis. We'll call him WWC. But make a long story short, I got into it with one of the family members who was Ronald Stevens Bank. Pulled out a gun and he shot him. Some type of altercation happened. Wilson ended up in the grave part, the burial part. In reference to JC, he said 60 feet deep, not 60. And I don't know if they tried to jump him. Something happened with that guy and some other people that were there. And he ended up down in the grave and was able to get out and retrieved his weapon. And he shot 30-year-old Ronald Stevens. We were so much in an uproar because the first thing I was thinking was some people had came through that was maybe part of the family of Ariana Wilson, or maybe part of the neighborhood beef that was going down, and something happened, and maybe some beef happened, and they got to firing. But in this case, as far as PGPD say, how official they are, that they are doing the investigation. It seems like it was an altercation between Wilson and Ronald and had been going on for a very long time. They are investigating that maybe Ronald works for the funeral home also, along with Wilson. And altercation ensued and shots were fired. Woman was injured. And unfortunately, we'll pray for the family of Ronald Stevens. Keep the family in prayer. Keep the family strong. How could this happen at a funeral home? We think about it and we think about it and we think about it for those that care. But at the end of the day, I just look at it, man, like we live in the last times. I think in biblical times, it was like there's a lot of wars going on. And they lost a lot of lives, and there was a lot of adultery going on. There was a lot of, what do you call that? Adultery and sleeping with women, wives. And there was just so much going on in biblical times before Christ. And that's why we say that we sacrifice the life of Jesus Christ to forgive us from our sins. So they say Adam and Eve was the first ones, the woman and the man. And it happens the same way these days in a different form. It's just newer the way that we do things because we didn't have cell phones and social media, and we didn't have the cloth, didn't have the material that we had to cover ourselves and dress ourselves up to make us something that we wasn't. I don't know, man. So I try to stay prayed up and try to help those that I can, even if it's not monetarily, even if it's just speaking to people these days, man. I don't know what's going on. A lot of things this day and time, we speak on concealed and carry because people just want to protect themselves. I never believed in take a life for a life, but you got to protect yourself, and things happen. And with this case right here, I got to wait for more details. I'll do my own further Phocuz investigation. But from what I heard from the streets, because I know people that know people and know that person that's standing beside you. Maybe not, they know the first two people, maybe not know you, but that person that's standing beside you and saying all this to say, man, and DMV is for a very small area and people talk. So I heard that this guy got into a confrontation and he was jumped. He retaliated. That's what I heard. But I also heard that, man, he has been beefing with other funeral homes and other funeral owners and directors. Stay away orders and this, that, and this. So I'm saying that we have beef within the funeral homes, maybe people that own them, and maybe we do. And we are part of the cause for that. We're burying 105 people plus already in D.C. And 70% is homicides. So I guess the funerals will get money, right? I guess they will make money. I guess you will start a funeral business if you could. Business is business, man, right? And everybody's got to die. And every day we wake up, we are closer to death. I'm going to keep it real on Phocuz Radio. So we got to do everything that we got to do while we are here. Write your own obituary. What do you want people to say about you? People just don't care. Shooting at a 10-year-old's funeral, now they have to bury another person that was killed. So once again, within the black community, we have a funeral home that's going to go down. Trust me, I think so. It's the cause of us, once again. we got to do better, man. We got to do something. Just like the liquor stores on every corner, just like the churches on every corner, just like the rehabilitation centers that are in the cut and we can't see. We got to do better because I think like it's genocide. Like they got a big plan and it's all mapped out. And we're going to do this and we're going to do that because the numbers are going to be this and our pockets are going to be that. And I believe that. I really do. Rest in peace to this young guy, Ronald Stevens Bank, 30 years old. I believe he worked for the funeral home, and him and Wilson had a previous beef and something transpired, which caused another black male, young black male, to transpire. Just that quick, just that wink of the eye. Death is real. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. My head is crazy. I'm gonna take a quick break, man. Now I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm drinking a lot of water all day, trying to lose this weight. I'm trying to stay focused and fit for whatever goes on out here. You know what I mean? I'll be right back, y'all.
It's just different.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Life is funny things we do to get money. Hardships, hard times. And these days, these situations, they be sticky like honey. If it ain't Corona, they trying to clone ya. What happens to the little girl that went missing from her home? Her own daddy keep touching her. Daddy, leave me alone. I ain't got the answers. Trying to get justice for George Floyd. And if Bill Gates got the cure, make sure he got one for cancer. We screaming stop the violence, but who we asking? The killer the same color as the one in the casket. I'm no preacher, spitting hard facts like bleachers. Make America great again. It's only for the rich leeches. Where's Relisha? I guess black reparations with the new.
I am back. Yes, I am back, and that's what I love about live. But we'll chop it up, and you won't even see that, but you've seen that live. Murray Wilson, what's up, man? Murray Wilson, from the South Side, but checking in all the way from Vegas, and I don't know, maybe you can call in and chime in. What is the weather out like Vegas, man? You know, she out there with the bowling league and doing her thing, man. Maybe you can chime in, you know what I mean, Miss Wilson? And let us know how's the climate out there in Vegas, man. Because, you know, we worldwide, because you in Vegas and you messaging me right now. So we worldwide right here on Phocuz Radio. I'm all twisted up. I don't care. Because guess what? We focus. But at the end of the day, man, you already know what it is, man. Beltway Radio and beyond. You already know what it is, man. Phocuz Radio. I am Phocuz Field of Phocuz Radio. And I had a great meeting last night. We great do some great things, man, with artists. It's a record label that has been formed and worked for many years. I know this guy personally, and we are giving away a beat. And we are going to set up a showcase to where as though you can win. We're going to vote. We're going to have different people on the panels. We're trying to get a couple of celebrities and a couple of other people locally that really dig the culture and really dig music, go-go music and all type of things, man. And we are going to sign you to a deal and give you one beat, and we're going to promote the hell out of that one beat with your serious flow on top of it. We're going to shoot a video for you. We're going to market it. We're going to promote it. We're going to hook you up with BMI. We're going to hook you up with ASCAP. We are going to do all that. Make sure your social handles are right. We are going to do all that. So that's in the works, We're trying to do that this summer. I'm just putting a bug in everyone's ear, and we're going to have different categories. So, you got the juice? Holler at us. And what I'm trying to do, man, is holler at a couple of sponsors and my team, because I want these people to be paid. I want y'all to get paid. So the time and the money that you're spending taking off from your job and doing this, doing that, we want to compensate you. KIG Records along with Phocuz Radio. But we'll talk more about it. I had the flyers out and everything, but wanted to put that bug in your ear. You have the right name. We have to focus. You already know what it is, man. Hutchinson June, always tuning in, man. I know this shit is crazy. What's up, Robin? What's up, Miss Monroe? You already know what it is. Murray Wilson out there all the way from Vegas. 301-761-1040 is the call-in number. Right on Phocuz Radio, man. I am freestyling. You already know what it is. I want to tell my engineer, man, my favorite engineer, Brian, man. I want to tell my favorite engineer. I think I sent you the clip, B, man. We had a crazy accident on 395. You know, when you're coming from downtown off of Main Avenue, and I think that's off of New York Avenue and Pennsylvania Avenue, the museums and all that, and you want to take that exit Independence Main, and you coming down and coming back to the city towards South Capitol and all those new exits they made. And we got to show this. Let me see. It was a car accident. That car flipped over. It was the other day. This was like yesterday. Wow. Show that. Show the funeral shooting. No, it was the picture of that guy. Just him? The picture of the guy. Wow.
But I think I know what you're talking about, because I know what you're talking about, because my sister sent me a video of it. I was like, was that here? Or is this like, because it was weird.
That was crazy, right? Like, how does that happen? But, that car hit that concrete barrier twice. So when you got a lot of force and you speed and you can't control it, it's going to bounce. It's going to bounce. And then it's going to... prayers go up, man, for both families. I don't know what happened, but it was a crazy scene. It was crazy. Nowadays, we are getting a lot through social media. We're getting a lot through Ring cameras. We're just getting a lot through cameras, period. And I always say on my show, when I am reporting these stories, somebody is always watching. I learned that back in the day, like when I was in the streets. Somebody is always watching. I'm telling you. Rest in paradise, man, in that family. I think the driver was ejected. The driver that was in the car that flipped over the bridge and the barrier and landed on the top of the Lexus. I think that driver was ejected, and I think the people in the Lexus, they were hurt. Not severe, but they were hurt. But can you imagine a fucking car coming over a fucking overpass? And wow. Then you wake up the next day and you can't even breathe when you step outside. Because we talk about, are we going outside? Is this summer we going outside? Shit, your ass can't breathe outside. I had to do this for my fans and my people, man. I had to make it in the booth, man. And I had to be here, in other words. There's so much just going on, man. But I got to be here for the people. I got to report this. For the people that's in the house. For the people that ain't coming out. For the people that got their phones in their hand. Follow us on Beltway Radio and Beyond.com or Phocuz Field on IG. You already know what it is. Baby K has been arrested. And I know it's been quite a while, but I told you guys I was going to come back and give you guys the real on this case. So he's been arrested. He was captured in Riverdale, Maryland. So we have another young killer off of the streets. at the end of the day, I gotta say DCPD is doing a great job because I see them so much at my job. We're investigating this, we're investigating that. You guys got cameras for this, you guys got cameras for that. Now I ask them, I say, well, what was this for? Carjacking, a young guy carjack somebody, rob somebody, this, that. And I say, why is this going on? Why are we at? We are damn near 25 to 30% of the homicides already up that we had last year in our nation's capital. Most of the time, I don't have any information. Just have what we have on the cameras or whatever it may be. But every time, man, it's a younger black person. It's a younger black female. And I'm trying to get into the heads of these youngins and what is going on. What do we need? So we're going to go to my phone lines, 301-761-1040. I want to go to my live right here. What do we need, Hutchinson? What do we need, Ms. Wilson? What do we need to make the world a better place? Y'all already know what it is, man. We advertise, we market, we promote right here on Phocuz Radio. And we does this thing each and every Thursday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. One thing that we do here, man, we are a platform for the missing and the murdered community. I've seen so many cases this year where people have been arrested for cold cases and murders that they have prevented, whether it's 6 years from now or 6 months from now. That's why I say I got to give a shout out to DCPD. I got to. And some things blow me, like if you got to make a phone call, you got to wait on hold, and you got to do this and you got to do that. It's different. But they do solve cases, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot going on in Prince George's County right now. The chief has spoken out, along with Angela also Brooks, and they have this plan where they have given them money. They've also given them mayor money of D.C. $500,000 to make cars safer that people are using Lyft and Ubering and things of that nature with better cameras and this, that, when it comes to these certain areas and all this and all that. We the people have to be better, man. We the people have to be different. Dare to be different. We are bigger than this. We are bigger than this. What's going on? I pray every single day I won't become a victim. And it's real. We are bigger than this. Talk to your youngest, man. Talk to your babies. Grab them by the hip and hold on to them. I'm just blessed that I can wake up and I can do this show each and every Thursday. Shout out to Chip. Shout out to Brian. You know, I can do this thing and just make it happen. Never know what may happen. That's how I'm feeling, man. Let me go to you have the right name. We have to focus. You already know what it was. Jerome, what's up, Jerome, man? You know you ain't pay me, Jerome, but I'm gonna let everybody know, man. One of the best exterminators in the world, man. He took over one of my properties of 300 and something units, and we had some issues, and Jerome got it right. You already know what it is, man. Jerome, you already know. You in the building, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. You already know what it is, man. Call in, man. 301-761-1040. What we do right now, we go to our missing segment. I wanted to make sure I had time. This week is getting hot. It's summertime. The lurkers are out there. There's so many things going on within these homes that we don't know about. We have people going missing. The missing is on so many different levels. We actually had last week someone faking like they were a family member of Relisha Rudd. I did my research. She sent the picture of her and said, this is Relisha Rudd. She may be in North Carolina. Picture was fake as shit. She was fake as shit. And it pissed me off. And some people that I know, they called me immediately. Man, look at this, Phil. You seen this? And I'm like, I'm looking. I said, where did all of this come from all of a sudden? Because she would have been at least 16 years old. So you would have been came forward, right? So this shit is real, man. This shit has become a fad within the DMV of missing people. I say it every week. These flyers that I show are official. You really have a missing person, go to the police department and get a real flyer made. Give them details. Give them whatever issues, young or old, that a person may be having. What gets me is missing since this date, but reported on this date. 24 hours is a critical case, critical condition that we are labeling our people as, right? That's what we label them. That's the name we give them on a flyer, critical missing. So if they are underage, under 18, they're not adults, they should be reported missing within the 24 hours. But sometimes it may say, missing June 1st, but reported on June the 8th. And that keeps my mind wondering, what is the background of this young person that went missing? Why they just reported 6 to 7 days later? And I'm going to show a couple of people on here that still haven't been found, because I want to keep their names alive, keep it going and keep it going and keep it going. Because DC Missing Persons website should be right. Right? Let's go, B, man, with our missing people. Fedalina Ramos. This is what I'm talking about. Missing from the 900 block of Missouri Avenue, Northeast Washington, D.C. She's been missing since Friday, May the 26th, 2023. Reported missing at 3 p.m. The details that we look at, she's a Hispanic female. In the missing community, we could definitely find Fedalina. The reason I say that is because within our community, and me talking about the missing, it's usually the black and brown. So we say, oh, we're going to look for this one person in this particular community that may be Hispanic and may be missing, and looking at the details of her. She's 15 years old, last seen at 500 block of Missouri Avenue, Northwest. Reported missing on Friday, May the 26th, this year, 2023. Hispanic female, light complexion, 5 feet, 4 inches in height, 160 pounds, red hair, green eyes, last seen wearing a black shirt, gray pants, and black sneakers. As a Hispanic and the things that we have going on within our community, so much can happen. The percentages of what we call them in the hood amigos, but the Hispanic people are higher in sex drive, higher in adultery, higher in molestation, higher in so many different things. If you don't believe me, look it up. Quote Phocuz Radio on that. So many things could happen. We see these movies, we see these documentaries, we see these sex trafficking and human remains trafficking and bone trafficking. A lot of times it ain't us. And not to speak on Ms. Ramos' case, because anything could have happened, but let's pay attention to the different cultures, and let's do their numbers like they doing our numbers with 101 or over 100, I'd say 105, 106 homicides in D.C. Let's research these numbers and what are they doing within our community. Let's go. Audrey Thomas, I reported her last week, 4,000 block of Clay Place, Northeast. She's been missing since 2000, May the 16th, 2023. You have any information, Youth and Family Service Divisions, 202-567-6768. Still missing since May the 16th, 2023. She is a black female, medium complexion, 5 feet, 4 inches in height, 110 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. Last seen wearing a gray set sweatshirt, blue jeans, and flip-flops. Hey, B, can you just bring her down a little bit more? Wow. I guess distinctive will be the braids. How do these people, these younger people, go missing like this? I just don't understand. It's scary. Next, I reported him last week, also still not found. Javante Johnson, same last name as mine. 4900 block of Call Place Southeast. He's been missing since Wednesday, May the 24th, 2023. Reported missing at 4:40 p.m. .4900 block of Call Place Southeast. So we get called and Call Place mixed up. He's only 16 years old. Described as a black male, medium complexion, 6 feet, 2 inches in height, 180 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing black and clothing. When they say clothing description is unknown and it's something that's a regular color of black or gray or blue or whatever it may be, those colors are common. But some of these cases, I'll say something that it stands out. Had an orange shirt on yesterday before she left. May still have that orange shirt on, may have been taken off, depending on the circumstances. This young fella here looks like he wears a scully, has the twist. Looks like he may be fly. I don't even know if that may be a picture. Was that Bluetooth in his ear? Maybe from an iPhone or something like that. Mackay Garner, 1500 block of Butler Street Southeast. Wow, I know where that's at. Right off the block off of Minnesota. W Street, Green Street, all that is right there in that same area. He's been missing since Thursday, June the 8th. That's last Thursday because I'm here today. No, I'm sorry, today. Today, I'm moving fast. Today, this story was reported. I'm sorry. 12 a.m., 15-year-old Mackay Garner, 1500 block of Butler Street Southeast, Thursday, today, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Black male, medium complexion, 5 feet, 9 inches in height, 160 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing a black shirt, black jeans, and black sneakers. That's part of the culture with this all black. What is distinctive that we can look at him and say? An earring and twist, not dreads, but maybe twisting his hair and a skull cap he's wearing over top of that. Wow. How do we have a group of young girls that go missing every day like this in our nation's capital? 4500 block of Call Street Northeast, off of Kenilworth Avenue. You know where this is at. Missing since Monday, June the 5th, this year. Distinctive will be the locks. This picture is not a recent picture because it's too hot outside to be wearing a coat. But maybe it is recent. I don't know. Recent pictures we need, ladies and gentlemen. 4 feet, 11 inches tall, 115 pounds. Black hair, brown eyes. Last seen, once again, all black clothing. Are they targeting teens or people with black clothing? Maybe the descriptions will all sound the same. I don't know what happened to Kenya. I'm just making black clothing. Things are targeted. Thick, tall, short, medium height, 150 pounds. I mean, wow. We can look at this missing thing on so many different levels. Another young black brother, last name Forte. That's different. Devin DeQuan Forte, 4900 block of Ed's Place Northeast. I'm familiar with that side also. He's been missing since May the 30th, 2023. Reported at 11 a.m. early in the morning, so he didn't come home. Put it up for me, B. Let me see. Tuesday, May the 30th, they reported him missing on the same day. 4900 block of Eads Place. Public assistance means a community. You've seen him or know his whereabouts. 5'1", little short guy. 150 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing a black hoodie, black khaki pants, and a black ski mask. I tell you, God is real with these stories today. I'm putting them all up and I'm reading through them. Everything is black. God told me, man. I mean, report these stories. They're wearing all black and they're going missing. So it takes me to a whole nother level. People targeted on how they look like and what they're wearing to go into the database, and everything is all black, and it's hard for us to find our missing. Rushaw Bilton has been on my show since 2018, I want to say. Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. That's not accurate. Trust me. It's been missing a very long time. 2400 block of 17th Street Northwest. Maybe this have been updated. He's 69 years of age, but I think by now he will be at least 72. Or 74. November 16th, 2022. 6 feet, kind of tall. Allen Iverson's height. Shout out to AI. 165 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Gray patches, because I've always have said this for years and years. Gray patches on his face that will be distinctive. Blue jacket, dark sweatshirt, black slacks. Mr. Bilton still wearing that attire. We don't know. This is bigger than what you think. Like I said earlier on my timeline and on Facebook, we are bigger than this. I thought about it when I woke up this morning, and I prayed, and I went outside, and I had just felt different. And I'm like, this is not me. This is bigger than us. So this is bigger than gun violence. This is bigger than someone going missing. It's just like stepping outside, and you might not make it. So why not do something like right now instead of later? And that's why I do this missing thing right now. So if you're tuning into my show, you're on my live, or you get the reels or the clips, or you see these missing people, why not do something right now? Because you can't tell me within the last 6 years that the Phocuz radio show hasn't brought people home, because they have told me. So you can't tell me if we get the word out there, nobody knew that this person was missing or this young person was missing. But everybody knows now. So for all those that are tuning in, tell a friend to tell a friend about the missing person segment. Outside of everything else. You forgot to pay me. Wow. You see what happens on these Facebook Lives, man. But it's all good. It's all good. We gotta stop being the middleman. Gotta stop being the middleman. We gotta be the man. We gotta stop telling the story, and we gotta be the story, because the story keeps going. See, when you tell a story, it has a beginning, it has an ending. But when you are the story and you're still telling the story, that makes a difference. And that's what we're doing on Phocuz Radio. And I am still here doing what I do. Consistency. Because I'm not the story. I'm not going to be, you remember Phocuz Radio? You remember he had that show? Remember that dude, Phocuz Phil? No. I'm going to keep telling the story. Did you see him last night on Phocuz Radio? Peep in and see what he said. Click on it. Oh, I listen to his podcast all the time, every week. He's consistent, because I'm not going to be telling the story. I'm the story. I'm telling this. I'm still here. I'm the story. Become the story. Don't be a story. Become the story. Missing people are going to be every single day. So I'm going to have a new story that I got to tell because I'm the story until they come home. And unfortunately, some come home to be able to tell a story and some don't. But I'm the story and I'm going to keep it going because these are the stories that we got to keep out there because everything is still a story. It's still going. It's still the same thing. Stop telling your story from the beginning to the end and be the story and be like, you know what, I'm on chapter 9. But you know what? Chapter 10. Don't wait. Man, you can't wait to read this. Watch what's next. It's about to happen because I'm bigger than this. We told so many stories about COVID, right? 19, right? And how so many people died and family members and, you know, my whole family was affected. And I just luckily happened to be blessed. But now we're here and we're telling a story about bad air control. And we making it, right? It'll be another story. And another story. Be the story. Live in the moment. Keep going. We are bigger than this. If you write one book, right, and you do a movie, that's why they have trilogies. That's why they have part 1, part 2, part 3, and we are going to the movies like, damn, this shit is boring as fuck. It's fucking, this is number 4. They have ran out of titles. But they are the story. Sorry, wow. The story hasn't stopped. We have different parts, right? Sometimes we feel like we at the last part, and then you hear that shit like, man, I'm 40, man. I just got my GED. I just graduated. You hear them stories, man. I didn't get on TV till I was 38. Look at these rappers. And God damn, they didn't get on. Well, he was 30 years old when he did that. Be the story instead of telling it. We still have to tell stories, but I'm talking about living now in the flesh, in the mode. So you'll write your own obituary, your own eulogy, and you'll have a story so it keeps going. So everything you listed, I was a teacher, I was a principal, I was a lawyer, I was an accountant, I was a doctor, and he had a foundation that keeps on going and keeps on giving. Because see, now all we have is a bunch of stories. He went missing, he was found dead. 16 years old, he was shot. This happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. And we just tell a story. He was a good dude, man. He was a good youngin'. He was this, he was that. I want my youngins to be the story. Not tell a story, but be the story. I'm still in the living flesh. This is only chapter 1, man. We got 20 chapters to go. And after that chapter, we're gonna do a part 2. We're gonna do a part 3. We're gonna do a trilogy. And we're gonna keep it going. Think about that. Are you living for your purpose? What's next after you? Because we're gonna become dirt. We're gonna become that roach that you can't kill. We're gonna become that deer that you can't shoot to take home. Like, God damn. Trying to kill this same fucking mouse and he won't die. He's a baby, so I know his mama in here. They are the story because they gonna keep on going. So you gotta kill him. Be the story, man. And have so many chapters. Have 100 chapters. I've been reading this book, man. It took me a whole year to read this book. Because you are the story. And that ones that only take 5 to 8 to 6. Man, I read it. I got it. That's because it was a beginning and it was an end. But let's keep going. Stay consistent. Be the story. 1 minute left, man. Let's go. I appreciate you, B. You already know what it is, man. Your host the most, man. Focus Field of Focus Radio. Each and every Thursday, we are here. And I was freestyling. Can anybody freestyle? Check my freestyle out that I did last night. I'm getting back in the studio. KIG Records, man. Check them out. You already know what it is, man. Feel free to repost. Bring Our Missing Home. The Bop podcast is coming back soon. Bring Our Children Home. You already know what it is. I'm out. I'm pissed off, but I'm happy. But, wow. Be the story. Don't tell a story. Just be the story. In the living flesh. I'm out. Peace.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Life is funny things we do to get money. Hardships, hard times.